Anton, thanks for joining me in this session. And thank you, everybody, for joining the session to announce the winners for data science games. But before we actually go into this, let us quickly recap what's been happening throughout the conference. So I would like to share a little presentation. Yeah, so that's how it was actually presented during the conference. I hope you all had a chance to play, and I have the pleasure and the honor to present my team. Uh, Thanks to these guys, we had data science games up and running throughout the conference. Thank you guys. And before we actually jump to the games themselves, I would like to pass the mic to Anton Petrov, who actually came up with the idea of data games. So, Anton, the floor
Yep.
is yours.
Thank you, Olga. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
I can hear
Great.
you.
Great. So first of all, I have to admit that I wasn't the only one who came up with this idea. We had a team, a global team of AI experts who made this happen and suggested a pool of ideas. So how it happened? So first of all, we were contacted by a team of organizers of this Z session. So we immediately came up with a long list of ideas, and we had lots of crazy ideas, like how to use GPT-3 to generate answers to all your questions. But then we met together and came up with a short list of very good ideas for our games. And as for the requirements, we understood that, first of all, we wanted to cover different domains of AI. And that's why we suggested games related to computer vision and natural language processing. Secondly, we wanted to highlight different flavors of technology. And that's why here we had cloud computing, we had custom machine learning models. But most importantly, we wanted to highlight how the typical journey in AI looks like. So that's why in one of the games, you had the opportunity to create a labeled data set by yourself. Data is always the main asset for AI. Then we showed how to quickly build a prototype with AI using cloud tools like Cloud AutoML, and you saw how it works across different cloud environments. And then in another game, you had opportunity to create a custom model completely by yourself, which is tuned specifically to MNIST data set. So that's how we came up with those ideas for,
Oh,
for,
just
for your games.
thank you. Just for the record, the MNIST data set, what is it? I mean, like for the people who are not really aware of this, let's just like
Right.
gauge.
It's a very simplistic data set when you asked your model to understand, to predict which digit, which figure is shown on the image. So it's very simplistic data set known to every data scientist.
So it's we're talking handwritten digits here, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for sharing this story. So let us see how it actually turned out. So SKI was the game where we were talking to a beautiful AI named Daria, who was about to become our support throughout the conference. And we had 40 users in this game who came up with 88 amazing questions. You can see some of them right now on your screen. Anton, what are your personal favorite
Right. And
questions?
I like this question. When Denis Grachov presentation? I
Well,
had
that's
exactly the
what I
same
do.
one.
Is that yours by any chance?
No, it wasn't mine. I thought about it, but I had no chance to write it down.
Yeah. So yeah, I would come up with this one too. And I like, what is 42? I guess that really relates to the conversation about the conference. That's so
I'm
important. So,
wondering what was the answer for this question?
yeah, me too. I mean, by the way, everybody who's joined the session, feel free to add up your questions. If you were playing the game, please write the questions you were asking our AI. Or if you hadn't had a chance, please feel free to come up with another question for our beautiful AI right now throughout the session. And then we can read the best questions out of what we have in the chat. So another question I like here is, when do you kill all people? I mean, wow. How come? I think our AI was really sweet, and I don't think that really applies here. What do you think? I think it was just nice. Yeah, but yeah, overall, we had all kinds of questions. And the important thing is that our AI managed to come up with useful information whenever the questions touch the topic related to the conference. This is, I guess, the important thing. And another game we were presenting during the conference is called Train AI, where we had 281 labeled pictures produced by you guys to train AutoML in free clouds. And here, the interesting thing is that we could benchmark 3 clouds, and somehow there is one that produced the best results out of 3. So I would like, Anton, could you comment on the situation here? So how come we have this result? Is it really the best for any project, or is it
No,
simply?
no, definitely not. It really depends on the data you are dealing with and when you asked this Cloud AutoML to produce the results, because those teams, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, they are always improving their engines. So when you will test it tomorrow, you have a chance to get much better model.
Okay, then when it comes to data itself, would you say this labeling is perfect, or is there something that could be improved? And maybe our AutoML in the clouds had not so much chance to win in the first place.
Yeah, maybe we can ask Maxim, who participated in the implementation, what he's thinking about it.
Oh, Max. Yeah, so please join
I,
in.
I see I see I see him in the session chat.
That's awesome. So
Maxim, you need
Max,
to press a button, ask to share your audio and video. Let's give him a couple of more seconds.
yeah, sure, absolutely. So in the meantime, maybe I'm going to share what I have gained, the knowledge I have gained from my team. So my expectation is that I would like to have, what the task was, the task at hand was to label, have Waldo, this little guy, this funny guy, within the bounding box. And it has to be like, the best case scenario is when we have him completely inside this box. But what happens here on those images is that we have only part, or we have just his glasses. And so I don't think it was the best labeling in this case. Am I right? Is this really how we approach the task?
So Maxim, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I still have problem with my camera, but okay, about the first picture, first image shows an example of good markup. Perhaps it was worth highlighting the larger bounding box Wilder, but nevertheless it is quite normal markup. AutoML can work with this and quite successfully.
Okay. What about the second and the third?
Yeah, and the second picture is worse. We can see only Wilder's face and the information that this is a character with a red jacket disappears. And it's not very bad, but it's really not okay.
Okay.
The third image is the worst. Here we only have a wilder eye, and it is difficult to train a model using such data.
Yeah, but how come, given this situation, how come they could actually perform and come up with those results? And also, how come Google is so low in its performance?
Markup is very important thing in object detection, and in general, data quality is also important in machine learning. On the slide, we can see that Amazon AWS won, but most of the competition, it showed zero result, which was just due to poor markup. At some point, apparently someone or anyone created a very good markup, and the Amazon was able to break out into the lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it's really important to talk about the winners because that's why we are here. And we know that up till now, there was the competition going on. We had 47 users who was trying to get the first place in the competition to create AI. But before we move on to this important part of our session, I would like to quickly touch upon data design quizzes. And it was really essential to have them also in our data booth because those were the games where you could check your data knowledge and boost your data zen. So I would like to draw your attention to the link here. Where you can actually join the community if you enjoy the quizzes and if you're looking forward to boost your data zen, feel free to click and to follow and to join the community. And for some results of the quizzes, we had 106 quizzes passed and 35 answered with more than 80% accuracy. I think that really shows off our skills in data. So for the winners announcement, finally, we're going to go to the leaderboard right now and find out who the winner is. So let us see, drum rolls. We're going to go, and so here is the leaderboard, and yeah, there we go. So the 3 first places are given to, I'm not sure I can read that one. Can you guys help me?
Maybe the first one is coming from another AI because its name is not familiar to me.
Oh yeah, but the second, I like this one. Ice Cat, okay. And the third? Good Zen? Is that Good Zen? Okay, awesome guys. So now we have the 3 winners here. And the procedure to get the prize is right there on your screen. So if your name is in top 10, please check and double check that you have the secret code and then send an email to me. You have the credentials right here on the screen and then you get your prize. So I tell you how to get the prize. And the prize is the online certificate that is tailored to your location. So the good news is you're getting the certificate you can use in your location. So thank you for joining the session, guys. Once again, thank you everybody who had the time to tackle with data science and data games. And please feel free to reach out to me, or I'm going to go back to this data zen quizzes community where you can actually boost your data zen level. So thank you guys, and see you in data community.
Thanks everyone. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.